So, hi everybody. This is Auntie, and we're now at the deadline, or at least minutes away from the deadline for Nancy Guthrie. Did they do everything that they could do to find Nancy? Were there so many things that got done late in that midnight hour? Could they have done more? People are absolutely conflicted. And in this case, we had another plea. Let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers and my nieces and nephews and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie Advice. Well, welcome back, everybody. And this is Auntie. Did y'all? Just one second. Did y'all miss me? I'm sorry, y'all. This is live and not recorded, so anything can happen. Okay? Any and everything. Okay, so just one second. Let me turn my ringer off. Okay, so y'all, I've been thinking about this thing all day. Where have y'all been with this? If y'all had an opportunity to stand back away from this Nancy Guthrie, like I haven't. I wish I could stop worrying about this woman. I kind of really want this to just come to an end one way or the other. I'm just feeling some kind of way. I'm hoping you all had a blessed day today. Want to make sure that I say hi to Gamma Marty. Oh, three. Hello there, sweetie. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Um, I just don't know what to really say about this. Let me give y'all some updates on what has happened with this ongoing case. Some of the things that people are saying, and that is one of the things that I find about true crime, especially cases that are ongoing or happening right now, trending cases, if you will. People make all kinds of speculations and stuff like that. I guess they're like me, they want to go down the rabbit hole and kind of find out, what's going on with the goings on. And the longer something takes to be resolved, the more people make up in their own minds about what's happening. I know that if this was me, I've thought about this today, and if this was me, I will be staying away from all TV, social media, everything, right? Because while, the family is holding out hope that nothing has happened to her, some people are, alleging that they believe she's already gone and stuff like that. And if you are holding out hope to get a positive outcome out of this, the worst thing you could ever do is to go on social media. And it's not that people are being mean spirited, right? It's just that people are, having all of their, their mind going in circles, or maybe it's because of maybe some past trauma that they have been through. And maybe they just true crime people like myself who want to put all the puzzle pieces together and hope that, we haven't lost a piece. Anyway, I want to just talk about today. Savannah came out today and says that she believes her mom is still out there, and she is now not talking to those people who are holding her mom possibly at ransom. She's talking to us. And of course, we all know that this is Savannah Guthrie's mom. Her mom is 84 years old, and she has been missing since February 1st. And so Savannah took to social media to make an emotional plea for help in the search of her mother. She has, like I said, she's been missing from Tucson, Arizona since February 1. Her Savannah and her sisters, her sister and her brother came out and shared 3 videos to social media, 2 featuring all of them and 1 featuring Cameron speaking directly to the camera. And on Monday, Savannah shared her first solo video, which was today. I'm going to take you all out to TikTok. We're going to look at it together, and then we're going to discuss it and some more of the updates that are going on downtown with this. Okay, so let me bring this up on the screen so that we can look at this together. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock, trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Wow. You can tell that she is barely hanging on as the hours on the clock continue to tick, 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 closer to this looming deadline that is upon her and her family. This is the second one. There was one earlier. That one was not met. And then this is the last one. As we all know, they are asking for $6 million from her and her family. They wanted an untraceable money. Somewhere I heard that they are saying after they receive the money, then they will bring her. It appears to be, I think that Harvey on TMZ indicated that they were saying what time they would have her there. They're estimating the miles and the hours that it will take to get the mother there by this deadline. And it's just so many different, so many voices, right? So many opinions about where the mother is, where the mother is not. I can tell by just looking at her that she's probably been not sleeping, crying her eyes out. And someone said, "Girl, put some makeup on. Come on, lift yourself up." You know, when you have those good girlfriends and people who are just there to support, and they say, you know what, put a little makeup on, do a little something. Today is the first time we've seen her with some lipstick on, and look like she got some foundation on and just hanging on, and probably just barely making it. I can't imagine where she is right now, where any of them are. I think also about the brother-in-law and how a rumor got out there saying that he was the number one suspect. And I have seen a lot of criticisms about him, how he has gone underground. He's not saying anything. He wasn't at the very first video that they did when the siblings sat down together and had a plea um, to those people who are holding the mother. And when I take my own personal thoughts out of it and sit back and chill in a chair, I realize that it probably was unfair to put him out there on Front Street like that, in my opinion, because we don't really know what happened. Yesterday, they were going to the house and doing some more searches. We had an opportunity to watch a little bit of it. Couldn't watch it all day, okay, but we did have an opportunity as a fam over here to watch what was going on. We saw them going into a septic tank. Um, there is some allegations out there that there was indeed another camera that was on the roof that I guess I'm assuming that got missed the first time. I'm gonna try to give y'all some updates. I'm gonna take myself out of this and try to give you all some updates. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but Daily Mail is a source that I'm using where they're saying all the damning mistakes cops hunting for Nancy Guthrie appear to have made as final ransom deadline looms. Now, again, this is something that I have been hearing quite a bit of. People feeling like they've botched the case or whatever. I believe that the chief of police was at a some type of game or something like that while this investigation is going on, and people have been very critical of him, saying that in the middle of a major investigation, how dare he go to a game? I think it was his son's game or something like that, or a family member, and people are damning him to hell for actually trying to step away from the situation, in my opinion, and just have some normalcy. But I want to talk about some of these things that people are speculating about, people are criticizing, as far as it relates to the investigation, some of the things that they believe that they absolutely have botched. This is not to damn the police in Tucson. It's not to ridicule them, to accuse them of anything. This is just a conversation. And any of the comments that I make is not factual or actual. I'm using different sources. And so, and everything that I give outside of that is just my opinion about what I have already read and what has been um, reflected in periodicals, from social media websites, and this one is from the Daily Mail. It says sheriff deputies investigating the kidnapping of Nancy have made, in their opinion, a slew of worrying errors as the hunt for the missing 84-year-old continues. Um, they said that the alarm was raised the next morning with efforts to find Guthrie after she had become missing from her Tucson home at 9:45 p.m. Mountain Time on January 31st. And they said that they have not been able to find her. They said citizen officers have continuously swept the home for clues as to what happened to Guthrie. Now, one of the things that I want to make sure that I discuss or put out there is that someone did an interview with one of the retired um, police officers of this police force. And he indicated that the staff is really low, that a lot of people left. And, they just don't want to be bothered with it anymore. And so they have limited staff who are working on this case. And not only did they indicate that, I have to find where I saw that at, but not only did he indicate that, but he also indicated that the guys that are on the force are less experienced than the other ones. Those people who have retired and clocked out of the system, what I call historical knowledge. And that is one of the things that I know that, we have people wanting to come into the workforce and stuff like that. You got people who wanting to go. But one of the things that I am learning in my old age is that you cannot replace historical knowledge. And so as you have turnovers and retirements and stuff like that, if those people don't stay on board and just try to, help these young folk get up to par, teach them some of the tricks of the trade, then you are going to have some things that appear to be or look like they being botched. And again, this came from a former police officer that was on that force. So I just want to make sure that I say that because that has been out there downtown to the streets. They said that the officers have continuously swept the home for clues. And they said over the week, no suspects have been identified, and two unverified ransom notes that have been sent to media outlets demanding millions in Bitcoin. The latest demand has asked the family to hand over $6 million by 5 p.m. today Mountain Time, and this was according to a note that was sent to KGUN. Here's some of the things that Daily Mail is saying that a lot of people are saying on social media, um, about some of the things that they really believe that they've botched. So they said one of the areas that they believe that they botched this investigation is that they delayed deployment of surveillance plane. Some sources close to the Pima County Sheriff's Department told the Daily Mail that Sheriff Nanos grounded a vital search and rescue aircraft in the hours after Miss Nancy disappeared. They said that they named the Cessna named Survey One remained on the ground for much of Sunday, February 1, because of staffing shortages that left it without a pilot. Um, they said that the chopper also was not scrambled when it was scrambled until 5 p.m. on Sunday. And that alarm was raised that morning. Another thing that they said that they have botched in this investigation is that they left the crime scene wide open to reporters. They said that when the officers first got there to Nancy's home, the initial response from the department was that they were concerned for the elderly woman. And so the reporters who first arrived at the home discovered it was wide open with no crime scene tape set up or anything. And as we all know, all of us who are crime fanatics, we all know that the first 48 hours collecting all of that evidence and stuff like that is extremely crucial in a case like this. You don't want the crime scene to be disrupted by anybody, footprints, people's DNA. You got rule stuff out. And so what they're alleging is that that crime scene was completely left wide open. They said it was no tape up, none. They said that one of the biggest blunders has been failing to get the department's high tech two-seater Sonasa seen here into the air around Nancy's home. And so they have a picture of that, and we can go back and look at it. They said that it was not until last Monday that Sheriff Nanos reclassified the case as a crime and said it was believed that Nancy was kidnapped. The general area wasn't blocked off, and on Tuesday they handed the keys back to the Guthrie's family before returning to continue their search later that week. And this Sunday, we all sat with, our coffee and our crime and our crime and our coffee, and we watched them back on the premises. So if they had not already done all these thorough, um, if they had not done a thorough investigation of the home, it absolutely should have been taped off. And that's the point blank to the period. Now, that's my opinion. Now, they say that the sheriff attended a basketball game. They say as his department was searching everything over the weekend, he took time off to watch a college basketball game. They said the sheriff was spotted at the game on Saturday afternoon, the same time that Savannah and her siblings was pleading for their mother to return. In the second video, they said he looked on as the Arizona Wildcats defeated Oklahoma State 47-84. One senior source inside the department told the Daily Mail he's tone deaf while Nancy is still out there. They said everybody deserves, of course, their time off. It's been a very stressful, hard, long week. But given how hard the Texas detectives in search and rescue are working, including all the overtime they're doing, it's a poor decision and it doesn't look good to the agency. Let me share that picture with y'all real quick. Him out there chilling. Okay, hold on. Let me share it up on the screen. There he is. Nanos took time off the weekend to watch the Arizona Wildcats basketball team. This is her with her mom. You know, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Um, They said that, this got off to a slow start and that he don't know what he doing because they are not accustomed to having this level of crime. It's always somebody that's gonna say this stuff like this never happens in my neighborhood. Stuff like that don't happen around here. While that may be true, when it does, you should be prepared. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. They said that he bungled the press conference. They said when he came up on a podium to address the media on several occasions concerning the investigation, that he wasn't ready. They said he apologized for the delays. He walked back statements that were made during television interviews and acknowledged his limited experience operating under intense national scrutiny. At one of the briefings, he said that Guthrie was harmed at the home and taken from her bed before later saying he had misspoken about it. On Thursday, they said he failed to instill confidence when he was asked about potential suspects and motives, replying, "Your guesswork is as good as mine." What does that mean? When he was asked about possible evidence issues become crime scene tape at Nancy's house was put up and taken down several times, he replied, "I let the court worry about it. We follow the rules of law." So why was the tape up? And then the tape was down. And then the tape was up. And then the tape was down. And then they're searching. And then they're not searching. And then they're back. They're in septic tanks. They're, in holes and like. And then one of the things that I think bothered me the most, and I'm just speaking from my own perspective, is that y'all said all the cameras was gone, but I could have sworn, y'all let me know downtown in the chat, that there has been more information that there was just absolutely a camera that was still sitting up there. They said there absolutely was a camera sitting up there. How did they miss that? These are the issues that people are bringing up. This is what people are talking about. They said that there were also questions about his professionalism at the press conference. They said at one point he was crying, and then at another point he was frustrated and laughed when they asked him for updates. And then a lot of people are disturbed at the fact that he said he won't doing no more further press conferences until there were updates. But we're sitting here watching everything. We're watching it all. Y'all, they have a timeline on Daily Mail. I will make sure I leave the link. Y'all, please look at this timeline of the events that have happened downtown at Nancy's home. It is just really, really sad that all of us are flipping. And I mean, when I say all of us, we flipping out wanting there to be some type of closure to this. We want this woman to be found. You know what? Matter of fact, let me speak for myself. I want her to be found. It is my hope that by God's grace, she is found alive, but I don't know whether or not I still have that. I don't know if it's really in me because as each day goes by, I'm concerned about her health and not just physically, but spiritually and mentally. There has been some debate on the streets about her and who reported that she didn't go to church. I don't know if you all are aware of that, but initially there was a report that was put out there, or some information put out there that they had gotten a telephone call that Miss Nancy didn't go to church. Information came out that Nancy had not been in physically in the church service since COVID, and that she was doing online church, which a lot of people started doing. So a lot of people was speculating, it was asking the question, well, how enough if she's on a just online looking at church like on YouTube or whatever platform, how they know whether or not Nancy is online or not? This question has come up several times. Some people are saying, or it has been alleged, that it's not one of those services like, you just log on and nobody sees you, but that it was a Zoom. There's also been allegations that there was a club, a church club that she attended, or a group that she was in, and so they knew that she was there or wasn't there. And I was like, what the is really. Also, we have found out that the police officers have gone to her daughter's home, the other daughter, and that they have been searching her home. They said that the police officers went there and came out with a brown paper bag. I get the feeling that many people feel like they are failing in their investigation of Nancy's whereabouts, or at least the whereabouts of these people who have allegedly, excuse me, abducted her. I think that people are no longer confident with what they're doing. They so I want to go back to a couple of little facts here that I got from. This is coming to me from the Hindustan at Times. It says a source reportedly told the publication that Nancy has not been seen at the St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church for years. Since the COVID pandemic, which broke out in 2020, she has been worshiping online. St. Andrew does not have a large scale Zoom call for online viewing, but the 9 a.m. and the 10:45 a.m. church services on Sunday are live streamed. It is possible for other participants to know who else is watching as per their publication. So I'll make sure I put this full article in here too, because they are talking about the church service. Okay. And because I think that a lot of people are questioning a lot of things, and you can't blame us. Look, I've been stressed out. I'm sure that some of you all have been stressed out. I just want Nancy to come home. One of the things that they also said is that in the ransom letter, they said the second one that they indicated that they would. That's my daughter home. So y'all please excuse me. I'm gonna have to step away and let them out. And I'll be right back. So just hold on. Okay, hold on to your horses. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Um, I can't remember. Oh, so they said that, basically, um, we know that they have been asking for proof of life in this case. They have been begging for proof of life. We ain't giving you the money, okay? Because of course we all know that the ransom has started off at $1 million, and then it came down to, I mean, it went up to $6 million in Bitcoin. And someone had pointed out that in the second one they said we will return her back to Tucson, which leads many people to believe that there may not be any life. It's amazing because they want all of this money, right? They want this $6 million, and they want you to trust that someone who would take your parent for a ransom would be honest, people of integrity, and just trust you. Okay, here's the $6 million. Drop my mama off. It's very unfortunate, how this is playing out. Um, so I am looking at, I guess this is my other channel, y'all. I'm sorry I have not been able to see y'all comments, but I see someone by the name of Just Jamie 22. Hey boo. She says, Auntie, I cannot believe that Savannah is now asking the world for help. Is her confidence in law enforcement wavering? I believe that many people's confidence is wavering. I believe that people are wavering. Absolutely. I think that people have felt like, as I said earlier, that they have botched some of this. P and 2 Raw said, I'm sorry, but sometimes in the buttermilk ain't clean. And I think that what she meant is something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Um, I am low said a lot of suspicious things are going on. I um I am just tired. I can't imagine this. Um Y'all, I can't even imagine it. I noticed some things had also came out about the son-in-law, and we'll talk about this after this is over, because what I don't want to do is jump on a bandwagon assuming that because someone said something it's true. One thing that I have known about a lie is that a lie will travel faster than the truth, and that a lie and speculations and accusations can stick to people, and people can be completely incorrect and never come back right? Some of them never come back to apologize, and then some of them double down. And so I don't want to be one of those people who accuses the brother-in-law of doing anything. People have been asking, I've noticed that as well, that people have been asking, where is he? Why isn't he saying anything? Well, guess what? At the end of the day, the family makes a decision on who speaks and who doesn't speak, right? And maybe, just maybe, they had a conversation and they all decided, we don't want you to be in this, we want to do this. You just never know. And so I just don't want to be one of those people. I do want her to be found. And I think that every day my faith is wavering. I mean, my faith is just wavering. I'm wondering whether or not her pacemaker is still working. Is she too far away from an electrical outlet? Like, I don't know how they work, but I'm just saying, like, is she too far gone? Does it need to be changed out? Does a pacemaker have like a port? Like, I don't know anything about it. Y'all let me know downtown in the chat, because I sincerely want to know, how long does that last? Like, does that have to be recharged or whatever? Y'all, I'm so confused about the pacemaker. And what about the medicine? This is just going on too long for me. It's going on too long. So anyway, I just wanted to come out here and give you all some updates and just kind of let you know what's going downtown, on the curb, what people are saying, what people are speculating. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I thank you all so much for your love and your support. And I thank you for, especially y'all who have been here with me for a long time, for letting me jump out the box, for letting and allowing me to always cover things that I find interesting, and y'all find them just as interesting as I do. And you stay here, you support me, you hit them clicks, those likes, you subscribe it. Okay, we have 69,000 subscribers. Oh my God, cannot wait to get to 70 and then get to 100K. And with a group like y'all, I absolutely can do it. It's something I can do. It's obtainable. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. I love y'all. And until we meet again, y'all be safe downtown, to the street, and in the water. Bye, y'all.